Okay, welcome. As part of Breast Changes Month in the Perimenopause Hub, I am speaking to Gracienne Jean-Pierre. Gracienne, would you like to introduce yourself? Tell us what you do.
Pleasure. Thank you so much, Emily, for having me in your beautiful platforms. I truly enjoy your work. I think that it is so um, awesome to be able not only thinking about yourself, but also to open up to other women and help them and create a community for them. So thank you for what you do, and thank you for inviting me. So for your audience, a little bit about me. My name is Gracienne Jean-Pierre. I am here in North Carolina in USA. I am a trained family nurse practitioner, lifestyle medicine consultant, and I help my clients change their lifestyle so they could live a healthier, balanced, thrive life. And one of my focus is helping women. I believe in this one quote, and if you follow me, you'll always hear me say it. You educate a woman, you educate a nation. You educate a man, you educate an individual. So I truly love working with women. So this is really one of my passion to see women transform and just be just this beautiful butterfly, as you could see on the back wall. I just love that.
Awesome. So today we're going to talk about breast health and changes that might be normal and changes that we should worry about. So I guess a good starting point is what does healthy breasts look like? I guess that's where we should start.
Yes, that's a great question, Emily. My background is the reason I've become so fascinated with breast health in general, breast wellness, because as I used to work in the oncology world, where I used to see tons of ladies with breast cancer, and one thing is, I think we look at our when we wake up in the morning, we look at our face more than we look at any other part of our body. And I think breast needs to be one of the things that as women that we look at it at least every day, because you need to know what's normal breast tissue to be able to tell when something is going on with your body. And it's also a taking care of your breast. The breast is so close to the heart,
Yeah.
and when you focus within and you look at your breast, you pay attention to where your heart centered is. So not regular breast tissue, because all women breast tissue is different. Some of the breast tissue is fibrocystic, meaning that it's kind of lumpy. Some of it is what you they call dense. Is when you feel it, you just like everything feel the same. But what I tell women is, if you know how something feel on Tuesday and you choose touch it on Wednesday and it's a little bit different, that would give you an essence. I need to talk to somebody. Anything lumpy that is painful, you need to observe. And if nothing, if some things are changing or not getting better, somebody need to know about it right away, because your hormones also, depending on where you are on your cycle, if you are a woman who have period, or even women who are dealing with perimenopause or menopause, still have some hormone changes on their breasts.
So in your standard cycle, so assuming we're talking about women who still have periods of some sort,
Mm-hmm.
regardless of how long that cycle might be at the moment, would you
Yeah.
expect there to be changes through the month to a certain
Yes.
extent?
Yes, great question. Like, for example, when you get to like a week or so before your period, the breasts become very tender, the nipples become really tender, and the breast might feel a little lumpy. That's why sometimes some radiologists, which is the breast exam, the mammogram, they would tell you just wait a week or so after your menstrual period to have your mammogram, because it's better then you will be able to see the true breast tissue. But if it's not, then it creates somewhat of a problem. So it's really important to know where are you in your cycle. So after the period, the breast become a little bit less tender, fluffy, and not as painful. But as you're getting closer to the hormones are changing, then you could feel that it's getting really tender right before, like a week or so before the period.
Okay. And just thinking, so obviously a lot of women, when they get to perimenopause, have had children and they've breastfed, and so maybe they already know that there's been lots of changes. And are there some things that will occur more often in women who have had children than in women who haven't, or is that not, does that not
Um,
particularly impact?
so, in women that never had children, for example, the breast is a little bit less. It's not as like when you have a kid, the kids have breastfeed, and so the breast is a little bit fall down a little bit rather than perky as it used to be perky. So that type of changes happen. But and also the tissue is not it's the same. It's a little bit different because you could tell when you do an exam in a woman that never had children and a woman that had children. Their breast tissue feels different. And also there's a higher risk for a woman that never had any children for breast changes, and that's why it's important to make sure literally you really learn the breast tissue, how your tissue feel, and really what it's creating a routine for your breast health. Let's really talk about that. Just like a routine when you go in the mirror, you do your face and all that, those babies need a little attention also.
Yep, fair point, fair point. I hadn't realized that you could really tell between women who have had children and who haven't.
Yes, when you're doing the breast exam on a woman, because it takes a little bit of skill because if you've been touching all different type of breasts to kind of tell, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
that's so interesting. So let's say somebody has been, they've got into their routine of feeling their breasts and looking, and they find something that doesn't feel right. Would you suggest they go straight to the doctor, or would you suggest they wait until the sort of after their period, if they're about to come up to that, and see if things settle down?
Okay, there's two ways to see this question. Okay, one, if it's a woman that pays attention to their breasts, and then you wake up one morning and you're like, oh, this is new, then I would say, okay, give it 20. If you never saw it before, give it 24 hours, because if it's anything that is worrisome, it's been happening months or years before. So wait for 24 hours. And if it's still there and if it's painful, then you need someone to look at it. It's painful, it's moving, you need someone to look at it. Second, if it's someone that never know anything about their breasts, you never touch them, you look at them, you're like, okay, you put the bra on, you're like on your way. So you need to watch it again. Give it probably 24 hours. Look, number one thing, if anything is growing, and then there's nipple discharge. You're not nursing anybody, and now you're feeling there's nipple discharge. And so, nipple discharge, redness, pain, then you need to let someone know because something is going on. And if you're paying attention to your breasts, you will notice the difference between the period pain that you have or the hormonal shift that cause that pain in the breast and the pain that is causing by something is something either that is pulling or that is hard. But the key thing, Emily, is that as women, this is sacred. This is between our heart and our heart is very sacred. This and the breast and the heart, there's something called lymphatic system, which is the highway that I call them the garbage truck highway, where the toxin and stuff come out of your body. The breast and the heart share that same path, the same traffic route. So there is a really big piece of emotion that I found with women with breast issues. So that's one piece too that I tell ladies, you need to look at your stuff and 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 try to clean it out because all that block, when you block that traffic, what happened when you block traffic? Cars
Yeah.
cannot move. And so what happened when in the body the same way, that chemical, that toxin, all that stuff stay there. And that emotion, that nasty emotion stuck. So we really need as women to work through our emotion. I haven't proved it yet, but a lot of women that came into clinics, either they had some heartbreaking issues that happened 3 or 4 years ago, or certain things that happening in their life, and now boom. And the correlation is also the immune system. Think about it. When you stress and you have issues, your immune system is not fighting the toxins as it's supposed to.
Yeah. So just looking at sort of things that people can do to try and protect themselves against, my dogs are barking, ignore them. I mean, I know in some women breast cancer is just going to happen, and we can't always guard against it. But what lifestyle changes can people make to give themselves the best chance of not coming up against this?
Excellent. So when I think about lifestyle, there's that I think about a pyramid, and there's 7 core areas that I really focus on women. It's number one, setting up the foundation is eliminating your stress and get yourself sleep. That's
Yes.
1 and 2. Stress is it's a horrible thing. Stress increases your cortisol level, causes racket throughout your hormones, and when your hormones are not acting properly, then it starts causing increased inflammation in the body, and inflammation causes diseases. Sleep is this another one, where sleep is what you use to reset the body for the hormones to rejuvenate themselves. So if those two, those are the foundation, then we move, and the stress, you have to do the mindset work, working with your mind and knowing that I need to be in the present, and present is present. And then you go to the sleep, controlling your stress, which is part of resilience, and then go to nutrition. Nutrition is extremely important. Eating cruciferous vegetables like cabbage, like broccoli, um, green, red, rich antioxidants, natural, good natural. If you're gonna do meat, good meat that is grass fed, good meat. If you're gonna do dairy, I usually tell people not to do. I don't do dairy, and I also, people don't like to be told what to do, but I always guide them to kind of understand why dairy is not for them. And so the nutrition part needs to be taken care of. Then the nutrition, after the nutrition, is the environment. The environment is what are we using in our home, the stuff we clean our house, the plastic that we use, the things that we store our food with. Like it's better to store your food in in a container that is glass instead of the plastic, because of all the chemicals from the plastic. Using the microwave, think about that. That's your environment. And so using the microwave, don't use that. That's why I like, when I went to Germany, my mother-in-law never have a microwave. So I'm like, you don't need to use that. So, and also controlling your internal or external, which is part of the environment, the external and the internal factors that affect your health. If you have toxic people in your life that causes you stress, they need to go away. Those are, and to keep a balance in your environment. So then after that, we focus on the spirituality, which is more whatever is transcendent for you, whatever is it's the that give you that source to get you moved, to feel your purpose in life. And then we focus on moving the body, movement, and exercising, because there's tons of research. Just walking 30 minutes a day decrease your chances of breast cancer.
Wow.
So focusing on all that, it is so important. And one key thing I want to say before I move from those components is the skin. Our skin is the biggest organ, and we need to think as women, just because it smells good and it's a lotion and it's all that stuff, you have to apply things that are very natural to the body and very good to the skin. It's not chemical that goes straight into the skin and the skin absorb it and it goes into your immune system. So it's so important. And drink plenty of water because the immune system is stagnant. It takes exercise to move it, and it takes when you breathe to move it because it squeezes things. It doesn't move like the venous system or any. It's very, it depends on something to squeeze it for it to move. So if you drink a lot of water, the water liquefied all that gunk, and it's like, and things are moving. It's like, when you use a sponge to clean things up and you have to use a lot of water to clean it
Yeah,
out. That's the picture I want to live with you ladies, to drink plenty of water to clean that stuff
perfect. Is there any other bits of advice you'd like to give to the ladies, or should we leave that there for now?
out. One other thing is the bra.
Ah,
Most
yes, I was going to
ladies,
ask about them.
yeah, good. Most ladies, we love the underwire bra. Underwire bra is not the best bra for us. Again, going back to the lymphatic system. So if you have a highway and you put some cones and the cars are coming and you put cones in the middle of the highway, it cannot move. Same thing with the lymphatic system. Remember, you have to squeeze it to for it to move. And now you put this thing to barricade it, it cannot move. Things stay
Yeah.
stagnant. And you see it in clinic, women that have come with a mass under their breast, and you could tell that things been sitting there. So no
Mm.
underwire bra is preference. If you want to go to a special event and don't want to sag, I think it's important. But just like, again, those are metal, and some of them are the EMF. And I tell people it's like, you collect all this metal, you actually,
Yeah.
it's like an antenna. Like antenna, so no. And the Spanx, what does Spanx do? Spanx is what that stuff they wear
Oh,
to
yeah.
tighten up the whole body. So can you imagine, the whole lymphatic system is can I breathe?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
horrible.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
The idea of Spanx just fills me with a sort of dread I can't quite put into words. And
I
actually,
know.
there's an English comedy thing which is just hilarious. You may have seen it. And the lady puts on her Spanx, and you see sort of here down. She's going, "Oh, I think I'm looking pretty good." And at the top, there's just all the spare skin is up here. It's hilarious.
Yeah, yeah. So that's a perfect thing. So you have all this thing up here and nothing is circulating. So
Exactly.
if you could do yourself a favor, I mean, I know some ladies, they have to wear it, but do not wear it all the time. It just, it's just, there's too much damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So we need to eat well, take care of our skin, drink lots of water, and wear looser clothing,
Yes,
in
yes,
very simple
yes.
terms.
Very simple terms. Yes, yes.
Awesome. And get to
Yeah.
know our breasts.
Get to know your breast. And then one key to get to know your breast, I usually tell my clients to do a breast self massage once a day. Once a day, because that's also help you to learn really well how your breast tissue feel like. And your partners and might also love to do it. Some of them will volunteer once they they hear. So if you don't have, I usually tell people to use essential oils, like the good one, not the one that you just have. Make sure you read they don't have no fillers, because again, it's absorbed right to the body. Like frankincense is a good one. Frankincense is good. Grapefruit oil, and you could just even use plain olive oil or coconut oil, and you just massage it. And you use, I'm going to demonstrate, because I don't have no problem with demonstrating. So you hold the breast like that and moving it like up and out. for 32 times, and you do it up here, and then you move it out 32 times that way, and then you counterclockwise again 32 times. It it's it's amazing. And when you do it, you could sit down and like a yoga pose, sit down and then you do it like that, and you will feel this, like, because we are all energy. There's so much energy that move you, and if you do breathing exercise with it, it's such a wonderful practice for relaxation. And it's, get familiar with yourself. It's yours, it's your body.
Yeah,
Nobody needs to know it better than you do. Yeah, it's yours.
absolutely.
Yeah.
That's been brilliant. Thank you so much, Gracienne.
Oh, my pleasure. And if any of your ladies want to learn more about the breast self-exam, I have a workbook that I created. I probably will drop it in the group, and then
Okay,
they could do it. They would have the formula for the essential oils, and also how to literally step by step how to do the breast massage.
that would
And
be
it's
really
wonderful.
useful.
Yeah, get your partner involved with it too, and they just love it. Love it. I don't have to
Brilliant.
ask. I was just put the oil like this, and my husband be like, "Okay, breast massage,
Okay,
I'm ready."
brilliant. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Emily, for the opportunity again, and I appreciate you guys, ladies. You guys have a beautiful, beautiful day, wherever time you're listening to this, and peace and love.
Thank you.
Thanks.